As a private chef, most people think my day looks like, well, this. But there's a lot that has to happen before plates hit the table. We have some of the most stunning and amazing scenery here on Florida's Emerald Coast, usually. And since our area boasts an average of 343 days of sunshine per year, there's usually a lot of people here soaking up that nice weather, which means I need to give myself plenty of time to get from place to place. That puts me leaving the house around 10 or 11 a.m. most days. How many places do I stop? Well, that depends on the day, the menu I'm preparing, and how well stocked the grocery stores happen to be. I primarily serve vacationing families from Panama City Beach to Pensacola Beach and everywhere in between, including Destin and 30A. Most of my clients want to enjoy fresh Gulf seafood while they're here on vacation, and while all the markets are generally great, they do all carry some slightly different items and cut things a little bit differently. So sometimes one will be out of fish and I'll have to run down the road to another market. By the way, it's fresh seafood. They should run out from time to time. The industry is supposed to work that way. In addition to the seafood markets, I may also have to stop at one of the local butcher shops if I'm needing a specialty cut of meat. There are several of those I like to use as well, depending on what area I'm in that day. I also like to shop for any local produce and microgreens that I can find at some of the smaller markets for the dishes that I'm using in garnish items as well. I round out the shopping portion of the day with one or sometimes several stops at the local big box grocery chain where I look for the freshest produce and organic items that I may have not been able to find at some of the mom and pop stores. Even though this well-known grocery store is a chain, each store is still stocked differently, and depending on how busy the vacation or traffic is to the area, I do often find that they are out of something I need and usually will end up having to run down the road to another location for at least one item. Once I have all the shopping done, it's time to put on the chef coat. Side note, I've learned that if I wear my chef coat in the grocery stores that I get stopped and asked so many questions that it makes getting along with the day very difficult. So I usually wait till I'm done shopping to put that on, but I do always pull up to the clients' homes ready to roll. Before I can turn on the oven, I have a lot of equipment and groceries to unload. Now, since I'm in a different vacation rental with different equipment almost every night, I've learned that I need to come fully prepared for pretty much anything that can go wrong. Most of the time everything works fine, but being able to adapt to the unexpected is definitely a skill you need in this business. Whether it's not being able to find a can opener or a breaker being flipped halfway through dinner service, shutting off power to the range, I've dealt with every situation you can think of. Having the confidence to go into a different kitchen each night and produce fine dining meals for my clients' special occasions usually means bringing a lot with me, and even if I don't bring it into the house, I keep it in the car if needed. I primarily do 4 or 5 course menus, and everything is prepared from scratch at the client's home. I spend about 3 hours prepping and staging the food to produce each menu. Obviously, making sure everything is ready and in place before dinner service begins is a very crucial part of a successful event, and ensuring that clients are able to relax and completely enjoy their vacation without having to worry about dinner at all certainly is our top priority. Being able to be personable and stay focused in many different situations with a ton of distractions is a huge part of the job, but it's really rewarding to get to be part of so many cherished family memories and milestone events. Making sure my clients have a worry-free evening means setting the table as well. I make sure there are enough plates, polish the silverware if needed, put out water glasses, etc. These are the little details that most people don't think about, but they make an experience go from good to great really quickly. I serve the first course when my clients are ready, sometimes right on time, and sometimes they need a few more minutes to get the little kids settled or to get those once-in-a-lifetime sunset photos. This is where staging the food comes in. Being able to serve courses based on the needs of my clients without compromising the food quality is going to ensure that their experience is top-notch and it always feels tailored to the group. I've written a detailed guide on exactly how I prep and stage for dinner parties with everything you need to cook and host your own dinner party event. This is my ebook titled The Dinner Party Playbook, and it's available for download. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description if you want to check that out. So I serve each course timed so the diners don't feel rushed, but not so far apart that dinner drags on forever. And after the plates are set down for each guest, I do like to tell them a little bit about each dish. This adds a little extra touch that my clients appreciate, as well as allowing the guests to ask any questions that they have about the food if they'd like. I never mind sharing how I cooked a particular dish, or where I sourced the fish, or what inspirations were behind one of the dishes I've created. I clean as I go, so by the time I set down dessert, it's just a matter of finishing cleaning the stove and counters, and then putting away any leftover food, loading the dishes in the dishwasher, and taking out the trash, and then of course I have to carry all of my equipment back to the car. I like to leave the kitchens I work in cleaner than I found them because the only thing better than an amazing dinner on vacation is not having to worry about the cleanup afterwards. After spending several years as the executive chef of several restaurant concepts across the country, I would definitely not say that this job is easier because in so many ways there's a lot more complications surrounding it, but it is incredibly rewarding and it allows me a lot more freedom and peace of mind on my days off. I get to meet so many great people and work in some incredible houses. The best part is, of course, enjoying the stunning beach views almost every day.